To begin this meditation, please bring kind awareness to why you choose this topic, the emotions that you can associate with these visceral feelings, the fact that many others are feeling similarly about this topic as you, how you might feel with increased awareness around this topic. The self-talk you engage in regularly is often unkind. You beat yourself up, hold yourself to unrealistic standards, and focus on how to always be better. With mindfulness, you can tune into this voice and acknowledge these thoughts. You can also learn to tune in to the things you like about yourself. Even if they aren't obvious in every moment, there are parts of you that you like. In this exercise, you will bring your awareness to these aspects of yourself to offer a more complete picture of who you are. Close the eyes and find a comfortable posture in which to sit. Bring your awareness to the sensation of the body breathing. You can focus on the chest, abdomen, or nostrils. For the first few minutes, allow the mind to settle and focus by returning your attention to the breath as many times as necessary. Once the mind has settled, begin by bringing something to mind that you appreciate about yourself. Start with the body. Ask yourself what you like about your body, and just pause to appreciate it for a moment. It may be a physical feature like your hair or skin, or it may be a quality like strength or flexibility. As something arises, stay with the experience of liking this part of yourself for a few breaths. After a minute or two of working with the body, switch to the mind. Look at the qualities of your brain and emotional experience. Ask yourself what you appreciate about your brain, your insight, and your personality. Again, simply be with the appreciation when something arises. For the last few minutes, focus on the 5 traditional senses: sight, smell, taste, hearing, and touch. Go through each sense, recognizing the beauty and pleasure these senses have brought you. For example, recognize that your sense of hearing has allowed you to hear the voice of a loved one. The sense of touch has allowed you to feel the comfort of a hug. Be with each sense, what gifts it brings you, and the appreciation. To begin this meditation, please bring kind awareness to why you chose this topic, how your belly, chest, and head each feel when you reflect on this topic, the emotions that you can associate with these visceral feelings. Hello and welcome to this gentle guided meditation that will invite you to cultivate compassion for your whole body. Before we get started, take a moment to find a comfortable position, either seated or lying down. Lengthen your spine gently if you can, and then allow your limbs to relax. Begin by noticing the parts of your body that make contact with the surface beneath you, becoming aware that you are held and supported by gravity. Now draw your attention to your breath and take a few cleansing breath cycles. Consider that each breath in fills you with fresh, restorative oxygen, and each breath out clears you of what you no longer require. After your next cleansing out breath, continue to breathe naturally as you mind the breath's effortless ebb and flow. In a moment, we will move into a body scan, calling upon loving energy to feel each part of the body. This process will look and feel different for each one of us, since we all occupy our very own unique body. Some body parts will feel spacious or light, others might feel numb or contracted, and some might hold difficult emotions. Our intention in this practice is not to judge what is present within the body, but to nourish it with compassionate awareness, regardless of how it feels or how we feel about it. Know that at any time during this practice, if a body part feels too difficult to be with you, you can let your attention move elsewhere, resting in a place that feels easier to witness with love. While we aren't here to avoid difficult feelings, we might need a bit of time before we can fully embrace certain body parts with compassion. So to begin, draw your attention towards both of your feet. Notice how each foot feels, without judgment and without expectation. And regardless of what you observe here, send your feet the gift of your loving awareness. You might experience this loving awareness as a gentle, soothing quality, or perhaps as loving words such as, I see you, I feel you, I love you, I thank you. Gently let your attention rise from your feet now, passing through your ankles and into your lower legs. In the same way, notice what is here, and then offer your lower legs the gift of your loving awareness. Move gently up through the knees and into your thighs. And in the very same way, hold your thighs with open, curious, non-judgmental awareness. And then offer them your love, your care, or your gratitude. Again, this might be a sensory experience, or it might come in the form of words like, I see you, I love you, I thank you. When you're ready, gently draw your attention up into your hips, holding your entire pelvic region in your awareness. Offering this part of your body the same quality of presence, curiosity, care, and compassion. If you encounter any difficult emotions or sensations along this journey, see if you can witness this without making them right or wrong. Recognize the difficulty that is present, and then offer it your love, your care, and your tenderness, befriending your experience entirely. From your pelvis, draw attention into your entire core, belly, and lower back. Feeling a sense of self-care, self-compassion, and self-nurturance pervading this space. And then rising into your chest area. Invite a sense of care and ease to fill your heart and the entire space around it. Know that this practice is not about forcing good feelings upon ourselves. Rather, it is about opening up to our inherent ability for self-nurturance. Let your attention rise up from your heart and into your shoulders. Allow your shoulders to feel your care, and then allow that care to seep all the way down your arms, eventually landing in your hands. Let both arms in their entirety feel your love and compassion. Reaffirm with any loving words that arise naturally for you. Draw your awareness now all the way back up your arms and into your throat, feeling a sense of care, feeling this region. And when you're ready to move on, gently guide your awareness into your face, noticing what it feels like to grant the fullness of your face your love and your care. Remember that there is no right or wrong way to experience this. Each one of us will experience body parts differently, and even that will change from moment to moment, day to day. So allow even your own experience to be fluid. And then let your entire head fill with this loving awareness, your forehead, the crown of your head, and all the way down the back of your head. Hold your entire body in your awareness now. Offer your full body your compassion, your tenderness, and your care, without it having to be or feel or look a certain way. You're worthy of your unconditional love and compassion. I invite you now to gently rest a hand upon your heart, and then silently repeat, "May I move forward with love and compassion for my whole body. May I move forward with love and compassion for my whole body. May I move forward with love and compassion for my whole body." Take a couple more mindful breaths. As you feel into the surface that continues to hold you, gently wiggle your fingers and your toes when you're ready to transition out of this practice. And in your own time, you can gently open your eyes. Each day, it can be very helpful to remember that we as humans all want the same thing. We all want to be happy. Everyone we meet and everyone we know wants to be happy. Everyone wants to be loved. There is no one who does not want love. Deep down, we all want to be loved. And deep down, we all want to feel connected. To feel connected with each other, with our community, and with all beings. We all want the same thing: to be happy, to be loved, and to be connected. To feel connected. Also, helpful each day to cherish yourself and others. To appreciate yourself and to appreciate others. We can do this by noticing any judgments that we have of ourselves, criticisms or condemnations of ourselves, and seeing if we can soften those judgments or simply let them go. Noticing any judgments that we have of others, sharp criticism, condemnation, and seeing if we can soften those judgments. Breathing in, cherishing yourself. Breathing out, cherishing others. Breathing in, cherishing yourself. Breathing out, cherishing others. Breathing in, cherishing yourself. Breathing out, cherishing others. And during the day, extending that attitude to everyone you meet. We are all the same. We all want the same things: to feel happiness, to feel love, to feel connected. Extending this attitude: I cherish you, I appreciate you. And I cherish myself as well. I appreciate myself also. Returning over and over to the sense of appreciation, cherishing with each breath and feeling grateful for each day. To begin this meditation, please bring kind awareness to why you chose this topic, the emotions that you can associate with these visceral feelings. Forgiving fault. The word resentment comes from Latin roots. Its original meaning was to feel again. We all deal with resentments, holding on to harm that has been caused in the past. This is a painful experience. When you hold on like this, you feel the pain repeatedly. Sometimes these resentments may feel like they offer security from future harm. But with forgiveness, you can free up space in the heart to allow love and care to take root. The practice of forgiveness will help you let go of these painful experiences and offer freedom to the mind and heart. Find a comfortable meditation posture and invite gentleness into the body from the beginning. Notice any discomfort or tension in the body and try to soften around it. Bring to mind somebody you feel resentful toward. When new to this practice, don't choose the strongest resentment in your heart. Instead, start where it's a little bit easier. Notice the harm that was caused and why you feel resentful. Connect with the intention to cultivate an open and loving heart. If there is resistance, notice its presence without pushing it away. It takes time to reopen the heart, so don't force anything. Begin offering phrases of forgiveness, connecting with the words as much as you are able to. Say a phrase slowly in your head, finding a rhythm. It may be helpful to offer a phrase with each exhale or with every other exhale. Use these phrases. I forgive you, for I forgive you as much as I am able to in this moment. May I let this pain free itself from my heart. After 6 or 7 minutes of offering forgiveness, let go of these phrases. Turn toward yourself, recognizing that you too have caused harm to others. You don't need to engage in stories about the harm you have caused. Just recognize that you have indeed caused difficulties for others, whether you intended to or not. Call to mind a specific person you have hurt. Begin asking for forgiveness from this person using these phrases. I ask for forgiveness for any harm I've caused you. May you find room in your heart to forgive me. May you forgive one another. Allow 5 minutes to pass and return to your own body. Breathe deeply for a few minutes, resting your awareness on the breath before opening the eyes. To begin this meditation, please bring kind awareness to the emotions that you can associate with these visceral feelings. As you will see, this is a visualization that uses sports-related imagery. If that doesn't work for you, you can use flowers of different sizes. Spend at least a couple of minutes on each size, but if you can manage longer, give it a try. State your aspiration for this meditation. It can simply be, may I feel calmer. Some other ideas may be, may I be kind to myself and others. May I forgive myself. May I feel happier. Bring your awareness into the area of your heart. Visualize a tiny ball of light, the size of a mustard seed, in the center of your chest. It can be a peachy golden color with hints of pink like actual peach skin. This light is filled with loving kindness for yourself and all beings. If the ball feels a bit tight or strange, try picturing a moving, warming, gentle flame. Once you've established this, expand your loving kindness light to be the size of a marble. Remember, you are not responsible for keeping this light blazing. It is happening with or without you, you are simply being present for it. Once you feel established with the marble size, expand to the size of a squash ball. Feel the indiscrimination of light and warmth. Like sunlight, it shines on you and heats you, regardless of what you have or haven't done. Now let your loving kindness light expand to the size of a tennis ball. When you're ready, move to a size of a volleyball, then a basketball, a medicine ball, a beach ball. Then start allowing this light of loving kindness to expand beyond your body. Always remain centered in your heart, but allow the loving kindness to grow outwards. Expand outwards so that your ball fills the whole room, the city or town you live in, the whole island or continent you live on, the planet Earth, space. Finally, expand the loving kindness to all the planets. Make note of which ball or flower sizes you cannot do and allow interest into this. If you don't wish to extend the light past your body, don't push it. It's totally fine to give the loving kindness to your body. When you're finished, dedicate the merits of this practice to all beings. We meditate for the sake of all sentient beings, big and small, visible and invisible. Before you get up, do a short review of your practice. What went well? What was challenging? What came up for you? Note it and then let it go. To begin this meditation, please bring kind awareness to why you chose this topic. Sit comfortably in a quiet place where you can be free from distractions. Whether you're on a chair or the floor, sit tall with a neutral spine. Close your eyes and breathe in and out through your nose. Take a few cycles of breath to settle into your seat and to settle the energy of your mind. And then now that you've arrived, invite in your helpers. Bring to mind anyone who has ever helped you in your life. And you remember each one, invite them to sit in the sky ahead of you. And see them there looking down and smiling upon where you are, right here, right now. Remember all the way back to your mother and father perhaps, or your family, those who helped raise you. Recall who it was who taught you the most basic survival skills in life, who taught you to eat, how to brush your teeth, how to tie your shoes. Recall all the traditional teachers and helpers in your life, remembering who taught you how to read, how to critically think, who taught you how to ask questions or wonder. And then also invite in those who occupy non-traditional roles. Someone you know who helped you by simply being an example or a listener, or someone who was an inspiration. And then maybe there have been helpers in your life who appeared in challenging ways, forceful, even terrifying perhaps, and if you like to, invite them to sit up there with the others smiling down upon you. Invite in anyone else who deserves a place of honor, anyone whose life has changed the course of yours, anyone who has contributed to who you are. And once they are up there, feel their presence, see them smiling upon you, proud of you, loving you. Feel their support and their love and their care for you. Visualize that love and support and care as rays of light shining down on you. Allow it to seep into your body and feel its warmth. Feel the warmth of that light both within you and like a blanket surrounding you. Allow for your body to be held by all that love and kindness. And recognize where is it that you are here meditating, continuing to grow, continuing to learn, walking the path of self-improvement. Recognize how precious and how special and how rare that is. And recognize how each one of your helpers has somehow contributed to your arrival right here in this place and time. As you feel their warmth shining down on you, remember that you are never alone, and that these helpers in some sense are always with you. Feel their warmth in your heart in particular, and generate a deep sense of gratitude for each one of your helpers. Of all the light that's shining down upon you, of all the light that's seeping into your body and your heart, send some of that light back out to your helpers from your heart to theirs. If and when you're ready to close your meditation in your own words, thank your helpers. As you thank them, send them light from your heart, smiling back upon them as they smile down at you. And then visualize each and every one of your helpers and all the light surrounding them dissolving into one bright shining ball of gold, a globe of pure light, vibrant and glowing. Feel that light slowly descend from the sky above you to the center of your heart. Feel its warmth, the warmth of your countless helpers within you. Stay connected to that warmth as you slowly open your eyes. And remember all your helpers and that light within your heart as you move about your day. Although this is a practice in cultivating loving kindness, it can also help you let go of overthinking and concentrate on the mind. You can do this practice while walking, driving, or sitting in a space wherever other people are present. This can be a part of your normal routine, or you can set aside special time for it. Pick one person at a time, whoever grabs your attention naturally. Recognize that this is a person with hopes, dreams, fears, regrets, memories, and loved ones. Just like you, this person wants to be happy. Offer a simple phrase of loving kindness in your head, such as, "May you live with ease today." Move to the next person you see and repeat. Allow yourself to enjoy the practice of dropping kindness bombs on the other people you see. Continue doing this for several minutes. If you run out of people, you can return to someone you have already visited, or you can offer yourself a little kindness. When you get to where you're going or are ready to move on with your day, let the loving kindness phrases go. However, don't hesitate to return them at any point as a reminder of your intention to be kind. To begin this meditation, please bring kind awareness to why you choose this topic, how your belly, chest, and head each feel when you reflect on this topic, the emotions that you can associate with these visceral feelings. Reach into your mind and connect with any thoughts that are mildly or moderately troubling you, troubling at a level of 3 or 4 on a scale from 1 to 10. Once you've named a few, 1, 2, or 3, reach into your body and see if you can find where you experience the emotions under those thoughts. Imagine that the thoughts are the top of the iceberg and the feelings are what's beneath. Is there fear, sadness, anger, Take a few moments to explore. Then see if you can happen upon the sensations of those feelings. Where do you feel them in your body? What do they feel like? Are any other feelings or thoughts coming up as you explore this? Perhaps a fear of not getting it right, shame, frustration, whatever is there and wherever it has come from, just let it be there without analyzing its roots. And now imagine a small child, a puppy, or a kitten. Something that has absolutely no intention in this life other than to exist. Someone who has no intention to create harm. Imagine that small being, that helpless being, experiencing the emotions that you are experiencing in your body. Being filled with grief or fear, hopelessness or anger, anxiety or frustration, maybe numbness. Even numbness is a feeling. Imagine this innocent being expressing that emotion, maybe not through words, but through actions. Perhaps weeping or shaking or curling up into you. How would you react to that? What would you do in this moment to support that little being? You might say a few words. Even if they wouldn't have much comprehension of words, still, you would probably speak soothingly. Practice holding space for those feelings that are asking for you to simply be there with them. And then offer yourself the same care that you imagine yourself offering to that innocent little being. Practice having empathy for your own suffering the way you would for the suffering of others. How would you try to make that little puppy, kitten, or child feel safe in this moment? Sit there with your own emotions with the same level of care and support. And whenever a new emotion arises, allow it to be there too, holding space for it, however feels right for you. When you begin tuning in mindfully to your experience, you may also start to notice your difficulties and struggles. Part of mindfulness is recognizing what you need in this moment. See if you can respond in a way that promotes your well-being and freedom, and not in a way that perpetuates your pain and suffering. This exercise offers a concrete way to pause and look at your needs in a given moment. Sit up as straight as you are able to and gently close the eyes. For this practice, it is helpful to start with a few minutes of concentration practice to truly settle. Pick a location in the body where you can feel the body breathing and tune in to the sensations of the breath for a couple of minutes. Bring to mind a recent situation that you found difficult or painful. Without falling too far into the story, acknowledge how this experience feels in the present moment. With the memory and experience present in your consciousness, ask yourself what you needed in that moment. Focus on general emotional needs like compassion, understanding, and insight. With this difficulty, what would have helped you? When a need pops up, say to yourself, I needed support. Continue to tune into other needs, really pausing to acknowledge each one. After 5 minutes, turn your awareness to your experience and the present. Refraining from stories and goals, ask yourself what you need right now. Let go of thoughts about getting stuff done, completing tasks, and pleasing others. Focus on your deeper needs of self-care, patience, or whatever is true for you in this moment. Wrapping up this exercise, reflect on your own capacity to meet your needs. Can you do something to meet those needs right now? Are there any needs you have that are not within your power to fulfill? Offer yourself self-care, compassion, and patience. To begin this meditation, please bring kind awareness to why you chose this topic, the positive or negative impact of any stories you believe in regarding this topic. People are people. Mindfulness is not just a quality you bring to your own body and mind. It's also possible to tune into those around us with mindfulness. This is called external mindfulness, and it is an important part of practice. When you see another person, do you see them as a three-dimensional being? Or do you label them as checkout clerk, soccer mom, or annoying co-worker? With practice, you can train the mind to objectively see other people as humans, just like you. Engage in this exercise when you're in the presence of other people. You can spend a few minutes with this practice at work, in the grocery store, or sitting on a park bench. It works best to start with people you don't know that much about, so I recommend a public place. As you practice, take it up a notch by applying this to your loved ones. When you see someone else, notice the label the mind habitually gives that person. Notice if you find the person attractive, what their job or role is, or any other snap judgments. Don't force anything down or deny the presence of these thoughts. Your mind is designed to categorize and label things, and we all judge other people. Just notice whatever is present. Begin to observe this person with beginner's mind, as if you've never seen a person before. Start to see them as a living, breathing, and feeling being. Recognize that this person has friends, a job, a place they need to be in 5 minutes, and so on. This person loves people and has people who love them. Bring awareness to this person's possible experience. Like you, they have hopes, dreams, fears, sorrows, regrets, and joy. You don't need to know this person's whole life story to be sure that they are subject to pleasant and unpleasant emotional experiences. End your practice with this person by offering a single phrase of loving kindness, such as, "May you be happy today." You can continue this practice with other people you run into during your day. Take just a few moments to reflect, recognize, and offer a phrase of loving kindness. Let's take a moment to pause, to tune into our experience with presence, curiosity, and self-compassion. I invite you to begin by coming to a comfortable seated position, elongating your spine, and letting your shoulders and arms rest comfortably. Your hands may rest on your thighs or in your lap. Then take a moment to connect with the surface beneath you to help yourself ground into this practice. Once you feel grounded, turn your attention towards your breath and let a few cleansing breaths move through you. Continue to breathe naturally and then take a moment to connect with your heart by bringing a palm to rest on this part of your body. As you breathe, feel your hand rising and falling as your chest expands and softens. See if you can connect with this part of yourself with loving, tender presence, as if you were sending yourself care through the palm of your hand. Whatever you're going through in this moment, know that your experience is entirely human. Every emotion, every experience, everything that we go through is part of our humanity. Take a moment to honor your human experience with care, warmth, and curiosity. Now imagine that someone you love was going through what you are going through now. Whatever you might be struggling with in your life, consider that someone you love has or will go through something very similar. With this in mind, what words of support, love, and care would you offer to this person? How would you show them your compassion? And then offer those words of support, care, and love to yourself in this moment. If this is challenging at this time, or if you cannot find the words to say, consider repeating the following words of loving kindness. May I be patient and compassionate with myself. May I speak to myself with kindness. May I honor my experience as being fundamentally human. May I love myself unconditionally. Spend just a few more moments here. Offer yourself any other words of support that you may need to hear right now. When you're ready, come back to the natural flow of your breath. And then reconnect with the seat or surface beneath you. In your own time, you can slowly open your eyes. May you carry this self-compassion with you throughout your day. To begin this meditation, please bring kind awareness to why you chose this topic, how your belly, chest, and head each feel when you reflect on this topic. The fact that many others are feeling similarly about this topic as you. Let's begin by taking a moment to allow your body to settle into a comfortable position. You may close your eyes or keep them slightly open, allowing the spine to lift, the shoulders to soften. Today, we will practice acknowledging the similarities between ourselves and others. Often, we focus on differences, but realizing that even a person who seems very different from us is in a fundamental way just like us can become the basis of real connection. This can include people we don't know very well, people with whom we're in conflict, or even people that we see as an enemy. It's possible to develop a sense of compassion and understanding by coming to feel our shared sense of experience as human beings. This practice, called "just like me," can help overcome that sense of difference and distrust by opening channels of compassion. Allow yourself to take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And as you breathe out, allowing a sense of releasing any tension that you're holding in the body. Briefly scan through your body, noticing sensations or emotions. Inviting a sense of spaciousness and acceptance for whatever you're experiencing right now. Now bring someone to mind that you don't know very well, or who might seem different or distant from you. Or even someone that you are in a minor conflict with. And as you bring this person to mind, notice if you experience any shift and sensations in your body. Holding this person in mind as if they were in front of you, say to yourself, "This person has a body and a mind just like me." This person has feelings, emotions, and thoughts just like me. This person has at some point in his or her life has been sad, disappointed, angry, hurt, or confused just like me. This person has in his or her life has experienced physical and emotional pain and suffering just like me. This person has experienced moments of peace, joy, and happiness just like me. This person wishes to have fulfilling relationships just like me. This person wishes to be healthy and loved just like me. Now take a moment to sense how you're feeling. As you hold this person in your awareness, what do you experience? And now, as you hold this person in mind, sending them good wishes. May they be well. May they be happy. As we move to a close, returning your awareness to the breath, breathing in, breathing out, present, alive, connected, right here, right now. Before we end this practice, think of someone whom you'll meet today, or think of the next person you expect to see. Take a moment to silently consider how that person is just like you. For example, you may say to yourself, this person wants to be loved just like me, or this person wants to do a good job just like me. In what ways does this affect your perceptions of or experience of this person? Note it down or feel free to share it with us in the comment below. Thank you. To begin this meditation, please bring kind awareness to why you choose this topic, the emotions that you can associate with these visceral feelings, how you might feel with increased awareness around this topic. Hello and welcome to this guided meditation that combines awareness of the breath with compassion for the self. In this practice, we will use the breath as a tool to support the cultivation of self-love. To begin, settle into a seated position, elongate your spine and relax your shoulders, closing your eyes when you're ready. Ground your attention into the surface beneath you, whether that is a chair, the floor, or something else, and notice that you are supported. Sense the energy of the space supporting you. Notice the energy or presence of the surface holding you, as well as that of the air surrounding you. Then take a few long clearing breaths in any way that feels comfortable for you. Invite your thoughts to soften with each out-breath. Continue to notice the natural flow of your breath for a few moments of silence. Allow the breath to flow at its own depth and pace. Each breath we take supports the body, so each breath is like an act of love. So I invite you to breathe with this awareness, letting each breath be an offering of love to your body. As you inhale, feel a sense of love, compassion, and kindness growing inside of you. and let each exhale help to soften your thinking mind and any tension you might be holding. Each breath fills you with love, which awakens the energy of self-compassion. As you continue to breathe now, you might repeat, "I love myself with each breath that I take." I love myself with each breath that I take. I love myself with each breath that I take. Continue to sense into the energy of compassion that fills you. It fills you from the inside and from the outside. Stay here for a little while longer, and if you notice your mind wanders away, just return to the flow of your loving breath. I love myself with each breath that I take. I love myself with each breath that I take. I love myself with each breath that I take. Sense into this loving breath for a few final moments now. Release any words from your mind now, and breathing naturally sense into the surface supporting you. Reconnect with your physical body by welcoming some light movement. You might gently wiggle your fingers or your toes. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes, letting loving breaths continue to support you throughout the day. To begin this meditation, please bring kind awareness to why you chose this topic, how your belly, chest, and head each feel when you reflect on this topic, the emotions that you can associate with these visceral feelings. Take a moment in your seat to connect to the ground, through the soles of your feet, your sitting bones, or whatever is touching down. Notice connection to the ground. And then with a long, slow breath in through the nose, lengthen the spine. Equally long breath out, grounded again. As you sit here watching breath, intentionally draw a slight smile to the lips and allow the body to bask in a sensation of happiness. Feel into that sensation as if you already have every happiness in this world and every cause of future happiness. Right here, right now, content, knowing you have everything you need. And then with the felt sensation of how this happiness feels in your body, imagine sending that same sensation to either one single particular being or all living beings in the world. And then imagine this one in particular or everyone feeling that same full-bodied happiness and contentment that you feel right now. And from this sensation of happiness, allow yourself to feel as though you are also free from every pain and suffering and all causes of future pain and suffering. Still breathing into that slight seen or unseen smile, you are completely free from pain and suffering. With your whole body, drop into the sensation of how good this freedom feels, as you wish the same for just one particular being or all beings everywhere. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering, and all causes of future pain and suffering. As you send out this wish, feel the energy of that wish fulfilled coming back to you, as your happiness and your sending of happiness to others causes the happiness of others to return back to you. Seeing all others being happy and free from pain, thanks to your wish, brings you joy. Locate this joy in your body and rest in awareness of this joy. And feeling completely full of joy, send it to others. May all beings everywhere feel this same complete and full sense of joy. May they feel the joy of a full body connection to happiness, fully absent of any pain or suffering. And allow yourself to imagine a world where every being was connected to joy. And because of this connection, not a single being would ever hurt another. And recognize that this world began with you, with your willingness to connect to the joy within you and to share it with others. And so, may you always be willing to share joy, and may you share it freely to all beings equally, whoever they may be. Imagine for a moment what it would be like to live in a world where everyone freely and equally shared joy. Intentionally send out that wish. May they feel the joy of a full body connection to happiness, fully absent of any pain or suffering. And allow yourself to imagine a world where every being was connected to joy, and because of this connection, not a single being would ever hurt another. And recognize that this world began with you, with your willingness to connect to the joy within you and to share it with others. And so, may you always be willing to share joy, and may you share it freely to all beings equally, whoever they may be. Imagine for a moment what it would be like to live in a world where everyone freely and equally shared joy. Intentionally send out that wish. To begin this meditation, please bring kind awareness to why you chose this topic, the positive or negative impact of any stories you believe in regarding this topic. Each one of us has a thinking mind that works a lot. It works overtime. In today's practice, we will be offering kindness to our thinking mind, helping to bring it a sense of peace and gratitude. Begin by finding a comfortable seated posture, alert yet relaxed. Close your eyes or let your gaze be soft, and then take 2 or 3 grounding breaths at your own pace. Liken each breath to an anchor that helps you to land here and now. Continue to let your breath flow naturally. Notice where the breath goes as it enters your body and where it goes as it leaves your body. Now draw your attention to your head. Without delving into thoughts, notice how the head feels. Is there a part of your head that calls your attention the most? Is there heaviness or lightness? Is there warmth or coolness? Just notice whatever you can notice about the physical sensations within your head. You might notice tense muscles, maybe in your forehead or your jaw. If you can, see what it is like to soften this tension. The brain does so much for us. Among other tasks, it takes in, processes, analyzes, and stores heaps of information. Sometimes it absorbs too much and analyzes too much, which can leave us feeling stressed and tired. So for the next few minutes, give your thinking mind permission to simply be. If thoughts arise, there is no need to judge them. Instead, see if you can offer these thoughts your loving kindness. and then come back to simply being. It is the thinking mind's nature to think. You do not need to fight this. Offer your thoughts, your love, and then come back again and again to open awareness of the physical sensations of the head. Notice if they change over time. Be mindful of any tension that comes back into the muscles in your forehead or jaw and soften them again gently. Given that our thinking mind does so much for us, let us open to offering it gratitude. Thank it for what it does to support you. Before closing this practice, take a few more moments of silence to give your thinking mind permission to just be. Let all tension melt away. To close the practice, raise your hands to your heart and bow your head gently. Thank you for taking this time to tend with kindness to your thinking mind. Humans are social creatures which can be beautiful when we all get along. Other times, people can cause us harm or push our buttons. The heart builds a barrier, closing itself off slightly in order to protect us and ensure our safety and happiness. Instead of closing the heart, you can open the heart and train it to respond with care for those who frustrate you. This is a practice in loving kindness and recognition of the harm caused. As you close the eyes and settle into a comfortable meditation posture, bring loving kindness to the mind and body. Without straining, allow yourself to gently settle into present time awareness. Bring somebody to mind whom you find difficult. If it is your first time using this exercise, try choosing somebody who is just mildly challenging. It may be someone who pushes your buttons or whom you find frustrating for some reason. Reflect on the fact that this is a person who is subject to the emotional experiences of joy, love, sorrow, and grief just like you. Start by picturing the person with a smile across their face. Begin offering a few phrases of appreciative joy, remembering that the intention with the practice is to open your own heart to care for this person's happiness. Use these phrases. May you be happy. May your happiness continue. May I be happy for you. After a few minutes, imagine this person experiencing pain or sorrow. Notice any response in your mind or body as you do so. Begin offering a few phrases of compassion for this person's difficulties. It is okay if you do not feel these phrases entirely. Offer them as much as you're able to in this moment. May you be free from suffering. I see your pain. I care about your pain. Finally, bring to mind what is it that you find difficult about the person. Tune into the response of the mind and body as you bring the difficulty up. Respond with a few phrases of compassion for yourself, setting the intention to care for the unpleasant experience. May I be free from suffering. May I see my pain clearly. To begin this meditation, please bring kind awareness to why you chose this topic, how your belly, chest, and head each feel when you reflect on this topic, the emotions that you can associate with these visceral feelings. Take a moment to come to a comfortable seated position, turning your attention towards your breath and making any adjustments required for comfort. Close your eyes or lower your gaze when you feel ready. Now gently notice any tension you might be holding in the jaw area. Kindly, without judgment, allow it to seep downwards and into the earth. Notice any tension you might be holding in your neck or shoulders, and see if you can allow that tightness to melt slowly, running down your body and into the ground that can hold and transform it. Noticing any other places within your body where you might be holding or bracing, and grant them permission, even if just for the next short while, to take a break. Release any tension that can be safely and comfortably released. Now I'd like you to imagine a blanket. This blanket is made from the most beautiful, delightful material you can think of. For some, it might be silk. For others, it might be soft and warm like fleece. Alternatively, your blanket might be made of flowers, or it might be knit of the softest natural wool. And then notice what color this blanket is, whether solid or multi-toned. Let it take on whatever color or colors you gravitate towards most, anything that soothes and comforts you. Now I'd like you to imagine this blanket draping over you in the most gentle, loving way. And as it touches your body, you realize that this blanket is infused with deep, unquestioning, unconditional love. And now, that love is enveloping you. Feel the love that this blanket carries now seeping into every cell, every muscle, every organ, and every thought within your body. No matter how you're feeling or what you're thinking, no matter what emotions you're feeling or what stories you're carrying today, this blanket embraces you. Like sunlight, the warmth penetrates every single part of you. Some areas of your body might naturally receive this love, while others might be resistant. If this is the case, focus on the places where the love enters naturally, and then see if it might gently and slowly expand to other regions. See if you can take in what it feels like to be embraced by this, to bath in love, kindness, and tenderness unconditionally. If your mind drifts into thoughts, come back to your sense of the blanket. When you feel ready to close this practice, take a moment to tune into your heart, maybe placing your palms there. Offer yourself gratitude for this practice, knowing that it's just that, a practice. Gently let your sense of this blanket dissolve if it hasn't already, knowing that it's available to you anytime, always. It's portable and doesn't take up space in your handbag or the trunk of your car. Whenever you need it, you can call it forth. Come back to your breath now, and then to your sense of the seat beneath you. And slowly open your eyes when you feel ready. Thank you for practicing today. To begin this meditation, please bring kind awareness to why you chose this topic, how your belly, chest, and head each feel when you reflect on this topic, the emotions that you can associate with these visceral feelings. Hello and welcome to this gentle guided meditation that will invite you to cultivate compassion for your whole body. Before we get started, take a moment to find a comfortable position, either seated or lying down. Lengthen your spine gently if you can, and then allow your limbs to relax. Begin by noticing the parts of your body. Make contact with the surface beneath you, becoming aware that you're held and supported by gravity. Now draw your attention to your breath and take a few cleansing breath cycles. Consider that each breath in fills you with fresh, restorative oxygen, and each breath out clears you of what you no longer require. After your next cleansing out breath, continue to breathe naturally as you mind the breath's effortless ebb and flow. In a moment, we will move into a body scan, calling upon loving energy to feel each part of the body. This process will look and feel different for each one of us, since we all occupy our very own unique body. Some body parts will feel spacious or light, others might feel numb or contracted, and some might hold difficult emotions. Our intention in this practice is not to judge what is present within the body, but to nourish it with compassionate awareness, regardless of how it feels or how we feel about it. Know that at any time during this practice, if a body part feels too difficult to be with you, you can let your attention move elsewhere, resting in a place that feels easier to witness with love. While we aren't here to avoid difficult feelings, we might need a bit of time before we can fully embrace certain body parts with compassion. So to begin, draw your attention towards both of your feet Notice how each foot feels, without judgment and without expectation. And regardless of what you observe here, send your feet the gift of your loving awareness. You might experience this loving awareness as a gentle, soothing quality, or perhaps as loving words such as, I see you, I feel you, I love you, I thank you. Gently let your attention rise from your feet now, passing through your ankles and into your lower legs. In the same way, notice what is here, and then offer your lower legs the gift of your loving awareness. Move gently up through the knees and into your thighs. And in the very same way, hold your thighs with open, curious, non-judgmental awareness. And then offer them your love, your care, or your gratitude. Again, this might be a sensory experience, or it might come in the form of words like, I see you, I love you, I thank you. When you're ready, gently draw your attention up into your hips, holding your entire pelvic region in your awareness. Offering this part of your body the same quality of presence, curiosity, care, and compassion. If you encounter any difficult emotions or sensations along this journey, see if you can witness this without making them right or wrong. Recognize the difficulty that is present, and then offer it your love, your care, and your tenderness, befriending your experience entirely. From your pelvis, draw attention into your entire core, belly, and lower back. Feeling a sense of self-care, self-compassion, and self-nurturance pervading this space. And then rising into your chest area. Invite a sense of care and ease to fill your heart and the entire space around it. Know that this practice is not about forcing good feelings upon ourselves. Rather, it is about opening up to our inherent ability for self-nurturance. Let your attention rise up from your heart and into your shoulders. Allow your shoulders to feel your care, and then allow that care to seep all the way down your arms, eventually landing in your hands. Let both arms in their entirety feel your love and compassion. Reaffirm with any loving words that arise naturally for you. Draw your awareness now all the way back up your arms and into your throat, feeling a sense of care, feeling this region. And when you're ready to move on, gently guide your awareness into your face, noticing what it feels like to grant the fullness of your face your love and your care. Remember that there is no right or wrong way to experience this. Each one of us will experience body parts differently, and even that will change from moment to moment, day to day. So allow even your own experience to be fluid. And then let your entire head fill with this loving awareness, your forehead, the crown of your head, and all the way down the back of your head. Hold your entire body in your awareness now. Offer your full body your compassion, your tenderness, and your care, without it having to be or feel or look a certain way. You're worthy of your unconditional love and compassion. I invite you now to gently rest a hand on your heart, and then silently repeat, "May I move forward with love and compassion for my whole body. May I move forward with love and compassion for my whole body. May I move forward with love and compassion for my whole body." Take a couple more mindful breaths. As you feel into the surface that continues to hold you, gently wiggle your fingers and your toes when you're ready to transition out of this practice. And in your own time, you can gently open your eyes. In today's practice, we will be cultivating self-care and self-compassion, and then offering it out to others. To begin, find a comfortable place to sit, settling into your sitting bones and closing your eyes when you are ready. Let your posture be relaxed, though alert, and then ground your attention for a few moments in the flow of your breath. Each breath is like an anchor that helps you to reconnect with this present moment. If you notice any habitual contraction in the body, such as in the forehead, the shoulders, or the jaw, relax this holding pattern gently and then return to the breath. Feel this breath now as if it is nurturing your heart. Without force, see if the heart can open itself to being nourished by the breath. Now bring a hand to your heart, letting your palm rest with care upon it. Notice the way it rises and falls with each breath. Let the touch of your palm to your chest be tender so that you can feel the care your hand offers. In return, feel your palm filling with the compassion of your heart. The offering of care goes back and forth, into the palm and out of the palm. Stay here for another few breaths. Notice now if there is any other part of your body that needs this caring touch. If so, gently move your palm to that place. Your hand can also stay right where it is if you prefer. Feel the journey of self-care expanding either still within your heart or to another part of your body. Continue to breathe naturally while offering yourself anew compassionate prayers. May I take care of myself. May I speak to myself with compassion. May I be filled with peace. If there are any other words of care you need to hear at this moment, offer this to yourself as well. Now, feeling how loving and nurturing this is for you, take a moment to extend this care to another. Bring to mind someone in your life who could use this loving energy. Once you have this person in mind, offer them the same prayers of compassion. May you take care of yourself. May you speak to yourself with compassion. May you be filled with peace. Rest here for another few breaths. Gently release the image of this person from your mind now, and then call to mind all of humanity. Silently repeating, may we take care of ourselves. May we speak to ourselves with compassion. May we be filled with peace. Rest here for a few more breaths. Gently release all internal images now and then settle back into your own heart. You might let a hand rest here once again, or you can sit comfortably with your hands in your lap. Take 3 long clearing breaths now, coming back into your body. Continue to breathe naturally and steadily. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes to come back. One of the biggest challenges when it comes to having compassion for ourselves is the belief that we're alone in our struggles. It is easy to think, I am the only one who feels this way. No one in my life is having as hard a time as I am. Even if we know in our logical mind that that is not true, it can be easy to fall into a sense of isolation when we are struggling, especially if we are keeping our struggles to ourselves. Unfortunately, when we feel alone in life's difficulties, it feels tempting to withdraw even further, which then creates an even stronger sense of aloneness. This meditation is a gentle reminder that even if we are physically alone or feel like we are the only one to face this challenge, we are never truly alone. Our experience is common to all of humanity. To begin, gently allow your eyes to close and relax into whatever position you're in, allowing the ground to support you and envisioning how held you are by the earth. Taking a deep breath and imagine breathing into your heart space, nourishing that energy with oxygen and attention. Take another deep breath and imagine bringing that air right down into your digestive organs, nourishing them with air. One more big, healthy breath right down into your legs and feet. And exhaling, allowing your body to settle, your shoulders to melt down a bit, your jaw and face to relax, and to let go of any tension you might be holding. Now, bring to mind something you are having a hard time with. Try to choose something that's not insignificant, but not traumatic either. It could be difficulty in a relationship, or an issue you're trying to overcome with someone at work. It can be something you're trying to deal with within yourself. Once you've settled on whatever it is that you like to work with today, allow yourself to set aside the story of the situation, who did what and when, and any solutions you might be working on to alleviate the problem. Set this aside and then check in with your body. Where do you feel the struggle in your body? Is there any tension or tightness in your chest? Do you feel any fluttering sensations in your stomach area? Do you feel a shift in your breathing? We all process things differently. There is no right or wrong sensation to experience. Whatever it is that you are feeling, for now, just notice it. Without judgment, without trying to change anything. Now, see if you can bring to mind someone who is unconditionally loving and kind. It doesn't have to be a human, and it doesn't have to be someone you know. It can even be a fictional character. In the presence of someone, or maybe even an animal who loves and accepts you no matter what. Imagine that this person or being can see your suffering, that they can understand exactly how you feel right in this moment. How might they react? Would they put an arm around you? Their hand on your hand? Would they tell you, "I understand how you feel"? Or, "This must be so hard for you"? Imagine this being engaging with you with love, warmth, and acceptance, holding you in their presence exactly as you are right now. What does that feel like? Once you have found the sensation or experience of this love and acceptance, picture it spreading throughout your entire body. Your heart, your torso, all filled with loving acceptance and kindness. No matter what you're holding on to, the sense of love and acceptance from this being permeates your entire body, from your heart space, traveling into your shoulders, down through your arms, past your elbows, into your hands and fingers, and then down through your belly, through your pelvis, down into your seat, your legs, your knees, calves, feet, toes. And then it rises up from your heart as well, up through your neck, your throat, into your face and head. All you're doing is sitting with what it's like to gently accept yourself exactly as you are in this moment. Acceptance of all of you, including unwanted emotions you might be experiencing or any unwanted physical sensations. Even the experience of not wanting a particular feeling is in fact a feeling. Allow this resistance, if it is here for you, to be included in the experience of acceptance as well. Now, imagining this acceptance, this unconditional kindness, to remain within you but to also extend out in front of you. It can now embrace anyone who is in that direction, whether it's someone 10 feet away, 10 miles away, or 1,000 miles away, as long as you are facing them. Imagine this unconditional kindness and acceptance reaching out to any beings who might be suffering or struggling, whether they are human or not. Perhaps people in the building you're in, your neighbors, people in your town or city, people across the world from you. Include them in this space of acceptance and compassion that you've cultivated. You can imagine them as having similar experiences of struggle and difficulty as you have, even if their specific stories are very different. People experiencing loss, grief, heartache, anxiety, fear, anger, helplessness. Allow this space and sensation of compassion to reach as far as it feels right for you in this moment. If it doesn't go very far, that's perfectly fine. Each time we practice this, it might feel different. Now, allowing the compassion to flow outwards from the right side of you. Again, it can go as far as it feels right for you, whether that's a few feet or a light year away. Whomever is in the path of this compassion is being permeated by it too. Their sadness, their challenges, all their universal human emotions, all being permeated, steeped in this unconditional compassion, this acceptance. Every single one of us, including you, is trying our best. Every single one of us, including you, is worthy of this acceptance and compassion. Next, letting it move outwards behind you as far as feels right for you. It can almost feel like light or a sense of warmth. Imagining one person or many people who are suffering with situations they simply can't do anything about. And imagine them being graced with self-compassion and acceptance, with warmth and love. And to your left, feel this loving energy extending outwards as far as feels possible for you today. Gracing whoever is in the path of this compassion with the feeling of acceptance. No matter how hard they're being on themselves, no matter how difficult it seems. Like a kind hand on their hand, an affectionate arm around their shoulder. You can imagine the experience extending upwards as well, above your head, towards any being above you, human or otherwise, who is dealing with difficulty, unexpected grief or struggle. And then below you, to whomever is having a tough time right now, a feeling of warmth, of acceptance, a supportive sense that they too are doing the best they can. A reminder that life is not easy sometimes for all of us. And when you're ready, when you feel called to it, you can allow this accepting, compassionate energy to dissolve as you sink back into the felt sense of your body on the seat that holds you. Know that you can come back to this energy at any time you need it. Let this practice be a reminder that we all struggle, we all experience pain, we all feel alone from time to time. And yet, none of us are. We are so much more alike than we think. Everyone is carrying some kind of burden or struggle, even if they hide it well. These struggles are a part of being on this earth. It's what makes us real and human and alive, and what connects us to our great capacity for compassion. Taking all the time you need now. Perhaps taking a gentle, clearing breath, and then slowly opening your eyes when you feel ready. Thank you for practicing today. Loving kindness meditation, the child that is you. Sometimes we get stuck. We become hooked on a problem or issue, and it seems to eclipse any ability to be happy or at peace. We find ourselves looping back to this issue over and over again, rehearsing conversations, replaying if-onlys. We berate ourselves for not doing things differently. We're anxious, angry, frustrated, fearful, or sad. When we're in this state, it can seem impossible to access loving kindness. It might feel forced or like just another thing we are failing at. And yet, when we are feeling stuck, connecting to pure loving kindness is an extremely effective way to loosen our grip, come into the present moment, and open our hearts. Children and babies have an extraordinary way of bringing us into the present moment because that's where they dwell. And there is no child or baby more impactful to your life than the one you used to be. You can try one and then move to another. They are interchangeable, and what works for you one day might not work the next. Play with them and feel out what works best for you. Think of an age when you felt the most wonder, the most innocence, the greatest joy. Who were you then? What did you look like? How did it feel to be you? Connect with the feeling of being that age. What excited you? How did you perceive the world? Invite this younger you into your consciousness. Ask them to come as close to you as they wish. They might sit next to you, in your lap, or simply be in the room with you. Whatever comes up is the right thing. Imagine how your young self would perceive your current emotional state. How would they react to your suffering? If possible, imagine this younger version of yourself holding your hand, giving you a hug, or simply sitting in silence with you. How would they be around you? Step into your younger self. Imagine being younger you, holding space for present day you, not offering judgment or advice, being curious and compassionate. If you find yourself drifting into a story, gently let it go and return to the visualization. Come back to the feeling of how small you would treat adult you. Allowing your younger self to stay, switch your focus to present you. Imagine that it is your younger self who's feeling the feelings you are struggling with right now. How would you react? Perhaps you put an arm around your small self's shoulders or give them a hug. Perhaps you'd hold them and let them cry. You might simply place a hand on their back or stroke their cheek. You might say, "I'm here. I love you. I understand," or any other words of comfort. Allow yourself to be present for this small, innocent you. You might even wrap your arms around your own body, giving yourself a hug, or stroke your own cheek. Stay in the energy of being with this pain, which was not caused by you. When your mind wanders, bring it gently back to the feeling of staying with this young, innocent version of yourself. In this last version, we invoke our infant self, pre-verbal, pre-walking. Much like the last exercise, stay in your present body, but imagine your feelings being felt by yourself as a baby. whom you are holding in your arms. Hold and comfort this tiny creature as you were held, or as you would have wanted to be held, with presence, patience, and kindness. Sense whether your infant self wants to be rocked. Imagine how you would relate to this baby and their emotions, and to their expression of those emotions. Notice how this feels in your heart, in your body. When you're ready, review what came up for you and then let the visualization go. Whenever we find ourselves struggling, we can call on our younger selves. It doesn't have to be through formal meditation. We can invite them on a walk with us, to stand next to us in a public place, or to lie with us while falling asleep in bed at night. This is the beauty of love. It is always there for us. Sometimes we just need the right tools to access it.